What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we're getting back into Judgment Day. This is going to be issue number 2 of our Avengers versus the X-Men versus the Eternals. So far, we are 3 issues into this giant event. From Judgment Day issue number 1 to Immortal X-Men to X-Men Red. What we have seen so far is Druig using the Eternals that are on his side rallied to his cause. They launched a full-scale invasion against Krakoa, sending just Uranus up to Mars. And though mutant kind had taken some severe casualties, they are still standing. And that is when Druig brings out the Hex. The Kaiju Eternals making their way through the planet, finding any of mutant kind that they can detect and exterminate. But this event, it is truly just beginning. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, you have liked this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so as we dive into issue number 2 of Judgment Day, in the fashion of Kieran Gillen, like we saw in the Eternals run, we are introduced to 6 civilians, each one of them having nothing to do with one another. In fact, they live on completely separate continents. At least most of them do. These are completely regular, everyday people. While they seem completely normal, they seem completely harmless. They have no idea how much their lives are tied into those of the Eternals. And that's what jumps us over to Krakoa. We have Exodus and Jean Grey who are battling against the Kaiju Eternal known as Sign the Minotaur. But this battle isn't just isolated to one spot. Across the globe, across Krakoa, we have mutant kind who is being attacked by the Hex, while mutant kind does the best they can to hold these things off, to try to find their weak spots and destroy them. This is when we have the arrival of the Avengers. And while not all of mutant kind is happy, the Avengers are coming here to help them out, to save the day, if you will. Right now, they need more help than ever. And so as they join into the fray, we are taken over to Avenger Mountain. In the dead body of A.X.E the Judge, we have Makari, Ajax, Tony Stark, and Sinister. They are trying to create a new god, a new celestial that will really have the imprint of them, a god made in their own image, one that can stop this bloodshed, can stop the Eternals from attacking mutant kind, letting them know that mutant kind is not deviation. And if you're gonna create a god, you need someone like Sinister who is going to be able to help bring this god to life. This more than likely is going to be something that the Eternals, Tony Stark, everyone is going to regret. And so as they get to work, we pick back up in the battlefield. Most of mutant kind, they're non-combatants. And so right now they are trying to get as many mutants down into the vault as possible, a safe haven that is going to protect them from the Kaiju Eternals. In the ocean, the Avengers and mutant kind are battling Sign, laying down the smackdown, bringing this Eternal down. It causes a massive tidal wave. It causes tons of earthquakes. Right now, there are tons and tons of civilians that are about to get wiped away. From the Philippines to New Guinea, from the east coast of the United States all the way to Japan. This is when Cyclops lets Captain America know that him and the Avengers, they have to go. Mutant kind is going to handle this. They need to go save those people. Exodus definitely making a display as the Avengers make their leave, saying that they leave in the midst of battle. Mutants down on the ground not understanding the situation. What a lot of people are really seeing right here is the Avengers leave in the middle of a battle, not knowing why. But nonetheless, mutant kind stands alone. This is where we see Tony Stark and the Eternals that are with him start to gather all of the material that they are going to need. From A.X.E the Judge, first of the Celestials, crashed to Earth. They use the thumbprint of justice, harvesting it so they can put it into its new Celestial, into the new god that they are creating. In some ways, this thing is connected to Tony Stark like it is connected to nobody else. Tony Stark is the blueprint for the nervous system of this new Celestial. If this Celestial were to have a father, Tony Stark would be it. as they get so much closer to this new god being back online. On Krakoa, we have Exodus, who charges directly into the heart of the Kaiju Eternal. From the inside, Exodus detonates himself, going off like a freaking bomb. The Eternal explodes, and Exodus disappears. This is one Eternal down, 5 more to go, all of them being sisters. These Eternals, the Hex, they are all connected. They are connected in a way that mutant kind has yet to truly understand. This gives them just a moment to breathe. The 5 working with great effort to resurrect as many mutants as possible as quickly as possible. All of them being psychically briefed on what has been going on, at least since their last backup, and they get right back into the fight. And this is when we get a glimpse of those 6 civilians yet again. But of those 6 individuals going about living their life watching everything happen on the news, one of them falls dead. His life force has been taken by the machine to resurrect Sign. The other 5, unknowingly, their lives will come to an end, with their lives being intertwined with the Eternals. How long is it going to take for everybody to find out the Eternal secret? That for every Eternal death, it cost 1 human life. Taking us over to Avenger Mountain, we have Vastos, who is quickly getting this work done. All of these individuals combined, they have created a new god, ready to go online, ready to bring this war to an end. They get ready to deploy it onto the battlefield. And that's what takes us over to Krakoa. Jean Grey out here battling with Exodus by her side. They are learning each other's combat every time they have a conflict, learning each other's tricks, how they can do things, and how their tactics really play out, which means both sides are getting smarter with each fight. This is when a portal opens up, and from that portal falls a god, as Sign begins to tear apart the island of Krakoa, trying to lift it up from the very earth that it is stuck to. Our new Celestial falls down to the ground, now alive and now ready to judge, giving the order to all Eternals to cease. They take their leave as everybody rejoices. They now have their god, what they believe to be a just god. But this is when the new god, he lets the people of Earth know that they are nothing more than bickering children, that the planet has been ruined, that they have acted with unrelenting unkindness, having no other choice. This is humanity's Judgment Day. The people of Earth have 24 hours to prove themselves. They will be judged not just individually, but also collectively. If they can prove that they are more just than wicked, they will be allowed to keep on living. But if they are found lacking, this species will meet its demise tomorrow. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I have a very sneaky suspicion that Sinister is behind what is going down, because Tony Stark, Ajax, Makari, they all got together writing the scripture, aka programming, trying to create the perfect system for this new god, the perfect programming that it's going to do exactly what they wanted it to do. Something tells me that they had no intention of it becoming the judge, but they used the thumbprint, the one from Erisham, the thumbprint of judgment. Something tells me that Sinister probably tweaked the system, manipulated this in some way, because he's never been about mutant kind surviving. He cares about their survival as long as it benefits himself. He wants to reign over everything, and if he can knock out all of his enemies in one fell swoop, it's probably an opportunity that he is going to take. Now, I could be completely off, but Sinister has been playing such a heavy role in everything going on. Something tells me that he definitely has some kind of big role coming up next. The next thing I have to wonder is Druig. How is he going to handle the fact that there is a new god here, one that could very easily wipe out all of humanity? The only reason that he brought everybody together, all the Eternals together against mutant kind, is so they had something to rally against, trying to really solidify his his reign, ensure that nobody would think of questioning it, at least for a good amount of time, proving himself worthy of sitting as Prime Eternal. And the last thing I have to wonder, how long before our rogue Eternals finally decide that they are gonna let the Avengers let the world know that when they die, one human life is taken. Right now, nobody knows that when they're fighting Eternals, every time that they kill one, this is costing a human life. Once they do learn this information, it is going to change the way that they do combat moving forward. They really thought that creating this new god was going to help them out. At the end of the day, this looks like it is very well going to be their demise. They now have to prove that they are worthy to keep on living. This is the true Judgment Day. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything going on with this event, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you caught up on everything going on with Judgment Day. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the Super Thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.